Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing something a bit different to what I would usually do because today we are going to be doing a Funko Pop haul. So I've never done one of these on my channel before, but I've been talking a lot about recently incorporating some of my other hobbies onto my channel, and one of my big hobbies is that I am a huge collector of a lot of different things, and one of them is Funko Pops. So all of the ones that I'm going to be showing you in today's video I have acquired over the past probably like 2.5 to 3 months. So some of them are some of my favorite ones that I have collected. So I just kind of wanted to do a little dedicated video to showing them to you guys, and I thought this would be like a good way to kick off incorporating more of my hobbies and like fandom related things on my channel. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the haul. Actually, there are a couple of notes that I want to mention before we get started. One is that I hope the lighting isn't too harsh. I'm filming at like when the sun is the brightest, I guess, and so it's a lot happening right now, so I'm sorry if it seems really overexposed, but I also just want to give a couple of disclaimers as far as Funko Pops go. One of them is that while I would consider myself to be like a serious Funko Pop collector, some other people might not agree with that statement because I don't super keep up with when Pops are released. I tend to just kind of see them in the store and then buy them. Like, there's only been maybe 3 times in my life where I've ever pre-ordered a Pop, but other than that I tend to just kind of see them in the store. So throughout this video I don't necessarily know exactly when some of these Pops were released. Some of them I get like secondhand at like the stores that buy and trade Pops, so I don't have a lot of information when it comes to that side of things as far as Funkos go. And the other one is that I am not the kind of collector that wants like completed sets, which I know is going to make some collectors out there absolutely cringe, but I just buy my favorite characters and just the ones that I think are interesting, even if it means I don't have full sets on my shelf. I don't really care because I just buy the ones that I really want. So now that all of that is out of the way, let us jump into the haul, starting with the first one, which is Star Wars. This is actually the only Star Wars Pop that I have in this haul, and it is Princess Leia. I also just realized I'm going to have to hold the box in a very specific angle so that we get the least amount of glaring happening. So this is an Amazon exclusive of Princess Leia on Yavin with the Medal of Yavin. This is from the end of A New Hope, and this is actually surprisingly only the 3rd Star Wars Pop that I own, despite being the massive Star Wars fan that I am. But to be completely honest with you, for some reason Star Wars Pops are always bobbleheads, and I don't know why, but I just don't really like the bobblehead Pops, so I make very few exceptions for them, and this had to be one of them. Like, I just think this is absolutely stunning. It's definitely one of my favorite Princess Leia outfits of the whole series, and Princess Leia is probably like my second favorite character in Star Wars, and actually of the 3 Pops that I have, 2 out of 3 of them are Princess Leia, so that should tell you how much I love her. So yeah, this is the first Pop that I have here. I'm probably not going to be doing this in the best way possible because I've never done it before, so like I also don't think I've ever watched one of these videos before, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to be talking about and stuff like that. Moving on to the next Pop, we have the Blue Fairy from Pinocchio. I have Figaro and also Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. This is again one of those situations where I don't really care to have the characters that I don't like. Like, I'm not a particularly big fan of Pinocchio or Geppetto, so I have no interest in purchasing them. But I love Jiminy Cricket and I love Figaro, so I bought them. This is one that I kind of bought on a whim because I was purchasing Pops at FYE as gifts for somebody else, and their sale there is like buy 2, get the 3rd one for 75% off, so I was like, I may as well just pick up another one for myself because it was going to be like less than $4 or something like that. So I ended up picking up this one. I might trade it in for some store credit at like Heroes Hideout or something like that because that's where I buy a lot of my Pops. But for now I thought I may as well just pick this one up because it was like less than $4. Next up, I actually have a bunch of Alice in Wonderland pops to show you. This is one of those rare occasions where I do actually want every single character in the collection, and so far I think I have all of them except for the Cheshire Cat, and there's a couple of like Alice ones that I wasn't able to get my hands on yet, but I definitely want every single one of the Alice in Wonderland pops because it's one of my favorite Disney films, and I just think all of the characters in that collection are absolutely fabulous. So first up, we'll start with the bigger pop, which is Alice amongst the flowers, which is one of my like favorite scene, like it's probably the most iconic scene from the film. And this is one that is also super cool because it comes on a little stand, and then the background of the box is actually the scene from the film with like the flowers in the background. Most of the pops, I'm sure that on a rare occasion they do these with other ones, but like all of the regular Funko Pops, they don't have painted backgrounds, but this one does. And this is another one of those instances where I don't seem like a very knowledgeable Funko collector because I don't know what size this is considered to be, but like it's obviously one of the bigger pops in comparison with the other ones. So this was from Box Lunch. I do remember this because I ended up spending way too much money on it than I ever would have intended to, because this was $30, which is more than I would ever usually spend on a pop, but I thought I would just treat myself because, like I said, it's one of my favorite films and I just love this scene in particular. Carrying on with the Alice in Wonderland pops, we have, of course, the Mad Hatter, who is probably one of my favorite characters from the film. So here he is dipping his saucer into his cup of tea. Again, it's just like an iconic scene. To go along with him, we of course have the March Hare, again with his little cup of tea. I think he looks super cute. Next up, we have one that is another oopsie on my part when it comes to spending a lot of money on pops, because I really try to get them like not super expensive because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on things like this, but this is one that I couldn't pass up on, and I misheard the man at the register when he told me the price. So again, I spent way too much money on this, but it is the Caterpillar from, again, Alice in Wonderland. This was one of the Funko 2021 Spring Convention limited edition exclusives, which is a lot of words right there, but this was, I believe, originally released on Hot Topic, and I wanted to get it from there, but I ended up missing it. Like, it sold out way too quickly before I was able to get my hands on it, because again, this is one of those instances where I didn't realize it was coming out until that day, and then it was already too late. So I ended up getting it from Heroes Hideout, which is again one of those places that like buys and trades pops and stuff like that. So I had seen it on their Instagram account, and I went down to the store with one of my coworkers, and I didn't, like, I was looking all over the place and I couldn't see it in the store, and I'm like way too socially awkward to ever ask anybody for anything. So one of my coworkers actually asked one of the fellas there if they had this pop, and he said that they did have it at the warehouse, which is also in the mall, but it's not like attached to the store. So he was like, I'll call up and have somebody bring it down. And I was like, oh man, they're going through all this effort, so like now I have to buy it because I don't want them to bring it down and then I say no, I don't want it. So they brought the pop down, and I asked him how much it was, and I thought he said 20, which is already like more than I would generally like to spend on a pop, but being that it's like a limited edition one and I really like the Caterpillar, especially like this pop is probably one of the cutest pops that I've ever seen with his little hands and stuff. I don't know why I find his hands so cute, but anyways, point being, I thought he said $20, which I was already like, this is a little bit much, but I was expecting to pay more than what it would originally be worth. Turns out he actually said $26, and then with tax it ended up being like a good 30 bucks, and I was a little bit horrified, and I was genuinely going to like return it the next day or something when somebody else wasn't there, but then I took it home and I was like looking at it and I was like, it's so cute, so I'll keep it. And this is again one of those ones where I was like, I'm just gonna treat myself to a special pop because I don't do it very often, so every once in a while I feel like I can splurge on like a really nice piece for my collection. And this is one of the ones that it already came in like a little protective case, so it's nice and protected in there, not gonna get any dust or anything like that on it. Second to last of the Alice pops, we have the White Rabbit here with his glasses, his umbrella, and his pocket watch. Again, I think it's really cute. like I said, I have never done one of these videos before, so I really don't know how much to say or talk about in these. You're probably going to get a lot of "this is really cute" in this video. And the final Alice in Wonderland pop I have to show you is the Queen of Hearts, who I have to be honest is probably one of my least favorite Disney villains, despite Alice in Wonderland being one of my favorite Disney films. I've just never really enjoyed the Queen of Hearts. However, I wanted to buy this pop strictly because it comes with a little version of the king, which I don't know why, that was just like the funniest, most like perfect thing to me. So I was like, I don't even care that I don't like this character that much. I want the little version of the king, and I'm gonna have to do like a close-up of some of these to really give you the detail of the pops, but let me tell you, the king is super cute. So yeah, those are all of the Alice pops that I have acquired over the last couple of months from various different places. I know that I didn't really mention where some of them were from, but if you had any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll try and remember and tell you. Next up, we actually have another Disney villain, and that is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. This was another one of the Funko 2021 Fall Convention limited edition pops. So this is Yzma in her cat form, also in her like Cub Scout looking outfit, or Boy Scout, whatever you would want to call it. So unlike the Queen of Hearts, Yzma is actually probably my favorite Disney villain. I just love her so much. So of course I wanted her in cat form. I don't have her in just her regular purple form, but I would like to get that also if I ever come across it one day at a store. But of course I wanted her in her cat version as well. I've been thinking about this character a lot recently during the holiday season because Santa Baby is obviously a very popular song that comes on the radio very often, and I always just picture Yzma singing that song because if you don't know, Eartha Kitt, who sings Santa Baby, was the voice of Yzma, and it's all just fabulous. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, but this one was released through Box Lunch. And the next one that I have to show you also came from Box Lunch, and that is Loki. So this is actually my first ever Loki pop, despite him being my favorite Marvel character. I actually would really love to get the version of him from Thor Ragnarok. I almost bought it when the movie, you know, originally came out, and so did the pops, but I was going through a phase at that time where I was considering not collecting pops anymore. So I was literally like walking through Target holding this pop, contemplating whether I wanted to buy it or not, and I ended up putting it back, and let me tell you, I regret it because I want it so bad. But I'm still happy to have gotten this pop. This is him in his like business looking suit from the Loki TV show, which I still haven't finished, unpopular opinion. Or actually, I feel like some people are on the same page with me on this, that I didn't really vibe with this show, and the direction in which it took Loki's character was not my favorite. So I haven't quite finished the show yet because I just got so angry with it, but nonetheless, Loki's one of my favorite characters of all time, but of Marvel, he is my favorite character, so I wanted to get his pop. I do really like him in this outfit. Similarly, though, to the Star Wars pops, he is in bobblehead form, which is not my favorite, but I'll make an exception because Tom Hiddleston. So, yes. Now we have the final two pops that I have to show you, which I have to say are probably my two favorite pops of all the ones that I just showed you. I'm saving the best for last. So my second favorite pop that I have to show you in this haul is the Pirates of the Caribbean dog. So this was released as a part of the like Walt Disney World 50th anniversary collection thing. I was so excited when I saw this. It was at Box Lunch and there was only one of them there, and you best believe I scooped it up real quick. So if you're familiar with the Pirates of the Caribbean films, then you know this dog and the role that this dog plays in the films, and I love this dog, so I'm so glad that I have it as a pop in my collection. It's just so cute, honestly. It's probably one of my all-time favorites that I have in my collection just in general. And then the final pop that I have to show you in this haul is both saving the best for last and also the biggest for last, because it is the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic World. So, I mean, just take it all in. It is absolutely epic. This was a Target exclusive pop, and I have to correct myself. This is from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, so it's specifically from the second Jurassic World film. Either way, I loved both of the Jurassic World films. I was a huge fan growing up of the original Jurassic Park movies, and I know some people that are like diehard Jurassic Park fans were not fans of Jurassic World. I don't think they're as good as the original ones, but I still really enjoy them, and just in general, I am a pretty big dinosaur fan. Ever since I was a very little kid, I was like the dinosaur girl while all of my friends were going through like the horse girl phases. I was like, dinosaurs, man, you know? So when I saw this at Target, you have no idea how excited I was to see it. And this was around $30, which I have to say, this is only the second pop that I have in my collection that is this size, and the first one was gifted to me, but I feel like I remember these sizes being more expensive than $30. So when this was only 30 bucks, I was like pretty pleased with it, and I actually had a Target gift card that somebody had gifted me, so I ended up getting this for pretty much nothing, and that also made me very happy. But overall, I just think this is one of the coolest pieces that I have in my collection. He does stand on a little like rock platform with a couple of little like plants coming out of the bottom of it, but he is just so cute. I mean, I just can't stop looking at it, and I have to reconfigure my whole Funko Pop shelf in order to fit him in there, and I haven't quite been able to do it yet, so I think I might have to purge a couple of my Funko Pops and trade them in somewhere, because some of them, you know, when I first started collecting Funko Pops, I tended to just buy whatever characters I recognized, and then I realized like I don't want some of these pops, so I think I'm gonna go through and get rid of a couple to fit this one on my shelf, because I really want him to be like front and center of my collection because I just love him that much. So yeah, those are all of the pops that I have acquired over the last couple months. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I have never done one of these before, and I don't think I've ever even like watched a Funko Pop haul before, so I wasn't really sure exactly how much detail I should go into on all the pops. I'm probably going to do some like close-ups of some of these so that you can really see what each of them look like. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there are any other like fandom or Funko Pop or just like collection related videos that you would like to see on my channel, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to make more of these like fandom related videos. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!